when you go in an opening game, obviously you know we've talked about that before. You're not really sure of a lot of things. You know how you're going to perform in a game, how different aspects of your team will perform one way or the other, and how you'll handle different situations. There were some things that I thought were very, very good. I thought offensively the play of our quarterback, Mike Callahan, was getting his first start, was very good. I thought he made good decisions. He was right on with stuff. And the thing that I like as much as anything was his demeanor. He did not get too high when he took it right down the field. I mean, we took the opening drive, went right down. He was 5 for 5, threw a touchdown pass, and he came off and, you know, he recognized what they were in and did all this stuff, and he wasn't, like, carried away with himself. And then, you know, he'd go out there and make a mistake, a misread, and he was fine with that. So, again, the way his demeanor, the way he handled himself, I was certainly very pleased with that. I thought our offensive line protection-wise did okay. I thought John Grimes did fine. He didn't quite pop any like we wanted to, and receivers-wise, we made some plays. So again, offensively, we were not as good as we need to be, but I thought we, you know, for the first game, handled ourselves okay. Defensively, I thought we were way inconsistent. I thought at times we played well, but I thought at other times we didn't play with the same speed that we need to play. Now, I think UMass had a lot to do with that too up front. They were extremely big up front, and they did a good job getting on blocks and staying on blocks and not letting us off blocks. And I think we got a little bit frustrated defensively because of that. We were not able to free ourselves as much as we wanted to. So again, some of the times that happens to you and all that. And then, you know, late we had the lead and we were not able to come up with the plays defensively that we should have made. We should have made a couple plays there late to hang on to it and do it. But again, that's your first game. A lot of things have happened, and again, it's a different club than last year. I mean, we've got about 11 new starters out of the 22 that went into that ball game. So it's a very different team than last year. And sometimes people get caught up. Well, last year you did this, and last year they did that. Well, their team was very different. Our team is very different. And again, it's a work in progress. And I'm not discouraged by any means at all by what I saw. I mean, I was disappointed with the end result, but I'm not discouraged at all because I feel like we've got some players that are working hard, and with some time and with some more experience and in some other situations, they'll be able to handle themselves and do well. Obviously, we were a little short-handed on defense without Jake Tranton in there. His status is still unknown right now. With the doctors are handling that, and we'll wait and see. But I thought Evan jumped in there to Mike linebacker and did pretty well, and Jabril at the outside did pretty well there too. And with new safeties in there, I thought Brian Thompson at strong safety really had a good game. His first college start, I thought did extremely well. And then I thought, obviously, in the kicking game, David Miller had a heck of a game for us. He punted well, handled the placements, did the kickoffs well, and there was some tough situation there with punting with the wind, the crosswind, and all that. So there was a lot of positives that came out of that. You know, it's tough to go on the road. It's tough to open up with a conference opponent. It's tough to play a really good team like that at their place early in the season. But hopefully we learn something from it, and then we move towards our next game here this week against VMI. And we're looking at a different VMI team than what we saw the last time we played them 2 years ago. They're not running the option like they did. They've changed that way. They've gone to more of a pro-style attack. Last week they rolled up a bunch of yardage, a lot of points, and played 3 quarterbacks, threw the ball around very well. Defensively, I think they've got like 9 or 10 starters back from last year's defense, so I think that's always big, especially as big at VMI, to have the retention that they have, and they're playing extremely hard defense. I'm very impressed, and they're not making mistakes. They're not out of position. They played very well, and they completely dominated Lockhaven there last week in that ball game. They played very well. So we've got to regroup. We've got to get ready to play and look forward to being home. And we also look forward to celebrating another day with Chesapeake Bank. I think we have a special deal with Chesapeake Bank here Saturday night, and they have been one of the things that we strive for within our program is being consistent. They've been consistently with us, and that's one of the things we try to do in our program, consistently do things the right way, and we appreciate very much the consistent support from Chesapeake Bank.